Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, a free way to support the channel is by leaving a thumbs up or by leaving a comment. They both do help very much with the algorithm, and without further ado, let's jump right into it. Just 2 days after filing a Form D exemption with the US SEC, Anthony Scaramucci's hedge fund, Skyridge Capital, has launched its proposed Bitcoin fund. In a 23rd of December interview on Yahoo Finance, Scaramucci claimed that the effective registration with the SEC had now been completed and the fund had been started with a $25 million payment of its own capital into the actual fund. The fund will be opened to accredited investors on the 4th of January. That means rich people with a minimum subscription of $50,000 to be able to buy in. Although Scaramucci claimed that the company was already putting together a nice book of preliminary orders, in an interview, Scaramucci claimed that Skybridge is trying to democratize the hedge fund industry, and that Bitcoin is still somewhat difficult to buy. Sure, why not? 2 days ago, we heard that they were going to be launching this. A lot of people were very excited because I don't know the guy, but there are many hedge fund managers who have been getting into the cryptocurrency space. It was Paul Tudor Jones, and then Michael Jackson, and then Shaquille O'Neal, and those are not the last two, but you understand what I'm saying. Like, very popular people within the hedge fund space. Apparently, they're like basketball players and football stars. And Mr. Scaramucci apparently is also one of them as well. 25 million of their own capital went into this fund. I assume we're probably going to hear news by the 4th of the preliminary numbers that are coming in for the people who are going to be buying into the fund. And it'll probably something be around 200, 300, 400, 500 million US dollars. So yeah, it doesn't take that long, really surprising, to be able to file something with the SEC, to get a thumbs up from them, and to start throwing money into a fund. So yeah, more funds like this will be popping up, and then eventually we'll get news by the end of next year that these people are worth bajillions of jillions, and exactly how high Bitcoin's price is going to be and all that other stuff. But yeah, this is, when you talk about adoption and cryptocurrency adoption and Bitcoin adoption and people buying up Bitcoin and Bitcoin supply being scarce, that's it. And without further ado, let's continue on to the ridiculous news of the hour. So there's a lot going on, as you have probably all expected, with everything that's been going on with Ripple and the SEC. It says MoneyGram has yet to see any negative impact on its long-standing business arrangement with Ripple from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's lawsuit against the latter company. They said MoneyGram will continue to monitor the situation as it evolves, a company spokesperson told CoinDesk in an emailed statement. MoneyGram has continued to utilize its other traditional FX trading counterparts throughout the term of the agreement with Ripple. The SEC alleged in a case filed on Tuesday that Ripple used XRP, the cryptocurrency two of its founders created, to conduct an ongoing $1.3 billion sale of unregistered securities. There's a lot of news going around about XRP delistings. It was 2 cryptocurrency exchanges that you've never heard of, and then I believe there's one in Hong Kong, which for some reason was thinking about delisting or might have delisted XRP, but it was a small exchange in Hong Kong that you've never heard of that doesn't follow the US SEC's rules, so that was a little bit of kind of weird news. Until we get information or news in some sort of way or capacity that Coinbase, Binance, Gemini, and yada yada are going to be delisting it? Question mark, question mark, question mark. How do I say this? The XRP hate is very real, and the I don't want to call them wolves. It's more like, oh no, I'll be nice. The point is, a lot of people have started to come out and openly express their disdain for XRP, as you might have imagined over the last, it's been about 42 hours, somewhere around that time period. Vitalik Buterin, the co-founder of Ethereum, has blasted the team at Ripple for implying that both Ethereum and Bitcoin are likely to be controlled by the Chinese government. Buterin, who is usually outspoken on Ethereum-related issues, was quick two spot excerpts of the article posted by Ripple titled Summary of Ripple's Wells Submission. So basically what happened was that the team at Ripple submitted a piece of paperwork to the SEC basically explaining, I guess, why XRP is not a security or why XRP is so-and-so and how it is similar to Bitcoin and Ethereum, while at the same time indicating that Bitcoin and Ethereum have the possibility of being controlled by China. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, we know mathematically, because we can look at the numbers, that over 51% of Bitcoin's hash power is currently focused within China. And therefore, should China want to do something, they're probably not, but should they want to do something, they could gain control of the network and all these other things and blah, 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 blah. And therefore, this has usually been one of Ripple's arguments for a while, is that the US should adopt XRP because it can't be controlled by China. And I think they were hinting even more so, but I don't think anybody in the US got that if the US did adopt XRP, that the US could control XRP and therefore have a really big market and all these other things on it. But alas, that's the China stuff, and that's why Vitalik was like, no way. Buterin, who is usually, he's if you haven't seen Vitalik Buterin's tweets before, have a little scroll. He is incredibly outspoken about everything, so he doesn't hold anything back. Buterin, who is usually outspoken on Ether-related issues, was quick to spot excerpts of the article posted by Ripple, titled yada yada, a follow-up to the SEC's lawsuit, in which the writers allege that Bitcoin and Ethereum are similar to Ripple's XRP, which is a better alternative to the top two cryptocurrencies, for reasons that include wider adoption due to its open source nature and its inability to be centralized by any government. That's the news that they continuously put forward about XRP. Part of it reads, policy reasons counsel against finding XRP to be an investment contract. A violation in the cryptocurrency industry would be fully ceded to China. The Bitcoin and Ethereum blockchains are highly susceptible to Chinese control because both are subject to simple majority rule, whereas the XRP ledger prevents comparable centralization. XRP is a fully functional currency that I don't even have to read anymore. You can gather what they're trying to say. They're not going to talk ill of their investment. In a response tweet, a displeased Buterin called XRP a SH blank blank coin. A follow-up tweet was also directed at the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson, who Vitalik quizzed on why the Ethereum network was yet to receive an order. There's a lot of bad feelings floating around right now. I have suspected that for some time, people within the cryptocurrency space just didn't like Ripple. I don't know exactly what it is. I weren't there during the conversations. I can't really tell you exactly what took place. But you can feel that there's a little bit of bad blood floating around. Buterin said, looks like XRP and Ripple team is sinking to new levels of strangeness. They're claiming their coin should not be called a security for public policy reasons, namely because Bitcoin and Ethereum are Chinese controlled. It's not that they're controlled, it's just that they have more of the hash power. And if you get into the technicals, they could control it, but I don't think that they're explicitly going to. I think I have a lot to say, but I'm not going to say it because there's just a lot of, how do you say it? There's a lot of people just slinging mud back and forth. I make sure to stay out of these discussions. I have had other crypto YouTubers and people on Twitter try to come for me before in the past, but it's not my game. I think it's really weird that people just don't pay attention to their own money and instead kind of flail off at the mouth. But alas, here we are, tying loosely into this news as well. The team at Zeus Capital has used the ongoing SEC lawsuit against Ripple to highlight that Chainlink and its founders will soon face a similar fate. Zeus Capital made the prediction via the following statement. They said, XRP down more than 15% already and the show hasn't started yet. Who's next? Hint. Something more centralized, millions of dollars in useless tokens every single week. Don't be confused and assume that it's only Ripple who's going to face the wrath of the SEC. They have their eyes on, they've tried to come for every single cryptocurrency before, and the ones who they haven't come for, they're definitely going to come for them at some point. This is about money and this is about control. The SEC does not care if XRP is a security. They want money and they want to be able to regulate things within the cryptocurrency space. We had news before this summer that the members of the SEC came forward and they were like, yeah, every single DeFi coin that we've seen thus far is a security. So just throwing that out there. The statement by Zeus Capital was in response to a tweet by Tone Vase, in which he pointed out that XRP has been a security from day one and that the team at Ripple has known all along. People in finance don't actually care if something is a security or a commodity. It just, if it's a security or commodity, it just depends on how they go about acquiring it or using it. Twitter's a fireplace. Twitter's a really weird spot right now. If you have nothing to do these days, I mean, listen, if you're staying at home and you're looking for entertainment, scroll through Twitter, scroll through crypto Twitter, and you'll see a lot of really weird things going on and people kind of screaming at each other. If you don't care about XRP, or you think XRP is for losers, or it's a poo-poo coin or anything like that, just don't talk about it. What is this like really weird crusade that's going on? And it's like, there are many other super crappy coins that the SEC has gone for before and are going to be hitting as well. Remember, I mentioned like a day or two ago when XRP was going down in price when we first got the SEC news that Lumens was doing the exact same thing. So, I think, like I said before in another video, I think people will forget about all of this because people have forgotten about every other coin that the SEC came for before. Eventually, these coins will continue to do well. It's just about control. The SEC and the CFTC are trying to figure out what they can get their hands on. And this also goes into taxation laws and rules and stuff like that. So, yeah, once again, just a bunch of grown men fighting with each other. It's almost comical to see in its own really weird way. Also on top of that as well, it says US SEC issues a cease and desist order against ShipChain over its unregistered ICO. This isn't like brand new news. And I think it's because XRP is the third largest coin and Ripple is worth billions as a company that people are really targeting them. And investors really don't actually care. If anything, XRP is going to be cheaper for them when it is declared a security and the lawsuit is finally over. They're going to be able to get into it cheaper and they'll know regulatorily, that's a word, exactly what XRP is so they can know how to acquire it. Anyway, that's that news. There was also a lot more. There's some crazy stuff going on in the cryptocurrency space. And without further ado, let's move on. Next up, the Israeli government has raised its crypto taxation moves, requiring that citizens should disclose whatever cryptocurrency they hold, especially BTC. In addition to sending messages to the digital wallet, okay, the Israeli tax authority also wants crypto exchanges in the country and abroad to issue information about the transactions made by their citizens. This comes amid the recent Bitcoin surge as tax authorities believe that many traders have cashed out of huge profits. It's always just about money. They only care about money. And just so we can, get it past that point that people are confused as to what I'm saying. They don't really care about regulation and they don't really care about anything else. They want to make sure that they're getting their piece of the pie. If we are talking about an industry where there are going to be people who are going to become millionaires, multimillionaires, and or billionaires and or potential trillionaires in the future, governments simply want to know who's making that money so that the government can also get their slice of the pie. That's what everything comes down to, even with the entire thing with the SEC. It's always just about money and control. That's how the world works. I don't know if a lot of you haven't been here before, but welcome to the planet. Besides the messages sent to crypto exchanges and wallet users, the Israeli authority applied EU Common Reporting Standards regulations for the automatic exchange of financial account information, receives data, and the Europe-based funds and accounts held by Israelis. The renewed interest in crypto taxation could be seen as part of the government's effort to increase the state's coffer. Oh yeah, don't forget that as well. That's also been a very big thing. You can find out years and years ago, the U.S. used to hold auctions to auction off the Bitcoin that they had seized from people doing things that they just didn't deem to be quite lawful. The U.S. still holds tons of Bitcoin. I don't know the exact amount, but I know they hold a huge supply. And my assumption was a while ago, the reason why we saw so many, there were a couple of countries who announced that, you have to pay taxes on crypto, but they were like, you can also do it in crypto. Please, by all means, do it in crypto. I know they have already come to the assumption or the conclusion of where cryptocurrencies are going to go, and they're trying to just gobble up as much as they possibly can right now. And what better way to do that than target the actual millionaires? So anyway, yeah, that's quite popular news. I believe in the future, these taxation percentages will probably decrease, simply because, I don't have to go over it. The whole free tax thing. If your country doesn't look attractive to people trying to get into the cryptocurrency space, if people are making millions and hundreds of millions of dollars, you want to make sure that they're spending it in your borders. And 25% tax does not do that. And without further ado, let's move on. Next up, Ethereum 2.0 validators are currently earning 0.002792 Ether per day. It's really weird to say that number because Ethereum has gone up so much in value that we got to go to the decimals now. This is according to data from the team at Flipside Crypto, who also point out that this amount roughly translates to $1.71 per day at an Ether rate if Ether is around $613. The team at Flipside Crypto shared their observation on the validator earnings on Ethereum 2.0 via the following tweet and accompanying chart. Here's a little chart right there. Using the assumption that each Ethereum 2.0 validator holds 32 Ether, the 0.002 Ether implies a daily interest rate of 0.008. When this amount is compounded over a year, the amount of interest earned is 3.2% for every 32 Ether that is actually held. Where is it? Couldn't find the mouse. Here's the actual chart right here. I know there are tons of people who love these things, so I'm going to just, scroll by so you can see all the information. Bada bing, bada boom. Nothing this way. There's a little chart. See that? It's amazing. It has numbers and stuff on it. Because I know a lot of times I go over things and I show it briefly on the screen and people are like, I can't read that fast. So I'm giving you the opportunity to be able to hit the space bar, freeze the screen so that you can read all the little pretty numbers that they have around here. Yeah, I like getting these numbers because I think it means a lot to people who are actually thinking of staking their Ether and how much money they're going to actually be making. So the current numbers as it stands right now is around $1.70 per Ether. Where is it? Yeah, per Ether per day. So if you have 100 Ether, you're making around $170 per day. That's some pretty good money. Even if it was $1 a day, that's $100, 30 days in a month. That's $3,000 a month. 12, that's $36,000 a year if you have 100 Ether. But I like that we're getting these numbers. I assume we will get more as time ends up going on. This is part of the reason. So one of the really weird things that I think about, and I'll say this in the nicest way possible, Vitalik Buterin kind of like going on like a rampage against XRP and many other coins. He's done it before in the past for many other coins. Let us not forget that the entire value proposition for Ethereum right now is staking. It took them 4 years to implement one upgrade, and we won't have the full rollout of that upgrade until another 3 years. So 7 years for one upgrade, it's like the pot calling the kettle crispy. It just doesn't make a lot of sense as to why you would really do that. Because Ethereum still also isn't that, mega world supercomputer that they were promising in 2016. But at least the passive income is there, so I'm looking forward to this, that number growing a lot more as well. Like if it's currently $1.71, if we end up getting, who knows if we'll get there, if we end up getting to those price predictions of a $4,000 or $8,000 Ether, hot dog, that's going to be some really good passive income. I mean, 100 a day is like, that's 36,000. That's a lot of money for doing nothing. Anyway, that's the Ethereum news. Wait, is there more? Oh, there's a lot more. I'm not scrolling through all of this. You see these numbers. You know what they mean. And without further ado, let's move on. In news that probably should not be news, but it is still news because people follow this news. A Bitcoin user has paid over $80,000 in transaction fees. You heard that correctly, to send just $1 in Bitcoin. And what was seemingly a mistake, I would hope so, on the user's end, blockchain data shows the transaction seems to have come from the wallet of a cryptocurrency exchange or service. According to blockchain, the address that sent the transaction has received a total of 19,490 BTC and made over 12,241 transactions, but now the balance is 0.68 Bitcoin, which could mean a cryptocurrency exchange or services wallet. In a single transaction, however, 3.49 Bitcoin worth over $80,000. That's nuts. That's so much money. We're paid in fees to move a smidge of Bitcoin. So a lot of people are going crazy over this. This is not the first time that this has happened. A lot of people still use platforms, websites, whatever they use. When trying to send Bitcoin, you can enter in your own fees. So typically, if you're putting your network fee, if the network is congested, we know that Bitcoin's slow, 3 transactions per second. If the current network fee is roughly around $26 to send a good amount of Bitcoin, and you put a transaction fee of $1, you're going to fall to the back of the queue. So, I assume this person was adding in their own transaction fee and probably meant to put $3.49, maybe, not really sure, but that's a very costly mistake. It's not that it can be reversed, but usually if you find which mining pool this went to, you can have a discussion with them and say, hey, this was clearly a mistake. Can you send back the Bitcoin? But yeah, an unknown user incurs more than 80,000 and this news is usually spun as Bitcoin is broken. Someone did something terrible. I can't understand why someone would pay that much. It's usually it's a mistake. If Bitcoin is transacting, especially what was it, like a year ago or something like that, over $1 trillion worth of value in a yearly basis, at some point there's going to be a mistake with someone sending their Bitcoin around the world. Like I said, news that shouldn't be news, but people love stuff like this. People love this. I don't know what it is. There's a lot of happiness from other people's misery within the cryptocurrency space, and people have to really stop that. You are not going to grow as a person laughing when someone else makes a mistake or has a problem. That is not how you become a better person or better investor. I don't get it. Anyway, without further ado, I hope that person gets their money back, because that's a huge amount of money. I'd be pretty sad. And without further ado, let's move on. And in slight of it, it's a wow. It's a bit of a news I missed, but it's still relevant, if you will. And I was like, let me use this one now because there's just always so much happening within the cryptocurrency space. Alex Mashinsky, the CEO of Celsius Network, has revealed during an interview he believes the price of Bitcoin could hit $500,000 very quickly if hodlers hold onto their funds as buying demand keeps surging. I am not looking forward to the people who sell off their Bitcoin as the price is surging, expecting it to fall down or that there's going to be a dip. And then these people will never, ever be able to own that much Bitcoin again. It is going to be a shock to the system. Speaking to Yahoo Finance's Julie, Mashinsky, I don't even know if I can say that word. Mashinsky said that this year's Bitcoin bull run, which saw the price of Bitcoin hit a new all-time high around $23,000, isn't driven only by retail investors. Like the bull run of 2017, he said instead there's much broader adoption both from institutions and for retail, from family offices and so on. Most people, he said, already know what Bitcoin is and are just continuing to accumulate, which makes things different this time. During the course of a week, if I might make a once a week video where I just show you all the bullish news about Bitcoin at once. There's so many price predictions that are coming out for Bitcoin. So many people who are saying where the market's going to go, where things are going. And I am continuously bombarded by people who are announcing and saying that Bitcoin is going to these amazing new heights. Sometimes, and I'll tell you honestly, it feels a bit weird to actually give you this information simply because I think these numbers are still very abstract to a lot of people. I don't think people understand what it means for Bitcoin to pass by 250,000, to be $500,000, or over the course of a year for it to actually move there. That means the world's economy is, I'm looking for a nice word, mud. It's dirt. It's garbage. But yeah, this keeps happening over and over. And with the accumulation news that we keep getting every single day, what was it? Like 46,000 Bitcoin were accumulated over the last 3 days alone. I don't even know what 25 million from Scaramucci's thing actually translates into Bitcoin holdings, but yeah, it's a lot of money moving into the space. Anyway, that's the price prediction. Bitcoin's going higher. Adoption, Celsius network, photo of a Bitcoin on a screen, news. And without further ado, we're going to move on. Wait, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Still scrolling. There we go. Got it. Finally. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. I know some people out there are like, this dude's nuts. Yeah, kind of. Bolero Bastos, Crayola Michelle, URL on Crypto with Lionel, Tigara Macho Nisa, Bake Me a Cake, Arfmedic17, Anytime Fitness, Moss Corner Staff, Bodie McBoatface, Yes to Crypto, Miller Hitch Chest Every Day and Cal Skips Leg Day, Minting Coins, Jeremy Fox, Jim Gardner, Anthony Charles, Nick Mann, Gialavori, Paxis, Vlad the Impaler, Richie Rich the 3, Setsuna, Damien, Crypto Artist, Cole D, 3D, Bankroll Network, 242 to the World, Wise Night Owl, Jared Schneider, Master Ventures in Thailand, Moher Maroni, Adam Graysick, Todd Mullis, A Bibliophobia, The Animal Reader, John Sarson, Nostromo, John Sarson, Nostromo, Martin Stoyer, Joshua Vineyard. One eye went up and one eye went down, and I was trying to read both of them at the exact same time. Joshua Vineyard, Moonman High, XRP, Utopia 569, Oscar Maldonado, Yasha Harari, Attila the Han, David James, Navarro Williams, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Tolik Banan, Snacky Chan, Conan Don't Skip Leg Day, George Montoya, Wise Link, not TMI, Crypto Stahl, and Professor Wally from Gunbot University. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who is a new member of the Patreon. Thank you to everyone who is a supporter of the channel in their own way. You're all absolutely fantastic. The cryptocurrency market is a mess. It's going to be this way for a while. Don't expect anything like makey sensey anytime in the near future. I think that the market is still trying to get Bitcoin to move up. You see the altcoins, and I mentioned this before in previous videos. Now, of course, XRP is going down, but the actual Satoshi prices of coins are being drained once again. Previously, when we saw this happening, Bitcoin was gearing up for a major movement upwards. And once again, there's still no reason why we should be below $30,000, $80,000, $100,000 per Bitcoin, especially just based off of scarcity. We will get there eventually, but at the moment, the market cannot decide where it wants to go because I think there's just so many factors happening behind the scenes. Anyway, I do hopeth that you all enjoyed it. Hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, morning, afternoon, evening. There we go. Wherever you are, what's wrong with me? Wherever you might be, I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See